Miss Turner's class. You need help with homework? It's Miss Turner's class. I got you. It's Miss Turner's class. What about if you didn't understand something in class? It's Miss Turner's class. I got you.
Hey you guys, and welcome back to yet another video. In today's video, we're focusing on Module 2, Lesson 1, where we are going to be measuring. You guys, I'm so excited. So, really quickly, let's look at this picture. Today, we're focusing on the 3 measurements on your screen: meters, kilometers, and centimeters. I want you to think for a second. Which do you think we would use to measure the distance from our school to Miss Turner's house? Would we use meters, kilometers, or centimeters? What do you think? If you said kilometers, you are on the money. I'm going to use kilometers because kilometers is used when we're measuring a large distance. What about this one? What if I want to measure a pencil? Would I use meters, kilometers, or centimeters? What do you think? If you said centimeters, you're right again. Centimeters are used when we're measuring smaller objects, like a pencil or a paper clip, or even a pen. What about this one? I want to measure this couch. Would I measure this couch in meters, kilometers, or centimeters? What do you think? Absolutely. I'm going to measure this couch in meters. Meters are used when we want to measure smaller objects. But what if I want to convert or change meters to kilometers or meters to centimeters? How would I do that? You guys ask the best questions. Kiss your brains. You guys are so smart asking the best questions. So let's think about this for a second. I know, you guys, that in order for us to understand measurement, we first have to remind ourselves about place value. So let's think back. I know that as I'm moving up a place value, I'm doing something. What am I doing? Am I multiplying by 100? Am I multiplying by 10? Or am I dividing by 10? Let's think about this for a second. If you think I'm multiplying by 100, put an A in the chat. If you think I'm multiplying by 10, put the letter B in the chat. And if you think I'm dividing by 10, put the letter C in the chat. What do you think we're doing as we're moving up a place value? So if I want to go from my 1s to 10s, my 10s to my 100s, what do I need to do? I'm seeing some awesome responses. Yeah, you guys, I'm multiplying by 10. So remember, 10 makes a bundle, I know for sure. Draw my arrow and draw one more. So remember, in order for me to move from one place value to another, I have to bundle. You guys, it's the same thing when we're measuring, y'all. It's the same thing, I promise you. Every time we want to move to the next the next smallest measurement, we're going to be multiplying by 10. So at the very bottom of my page or my screen, you guys are going to see a step. And that step is connected to another step and another step. You guys, I want you to imagine measurement as steps that you have to walk up. When you're walking up steps, you're burning calories, right? Or you're getting that exercise in. So every single time I'm walking up a step, I'm multiplying by 10. Same as in place value, multiplying by 10, multiplying by 10. What's going to happen if I'm walking down the steps? What if I want to move Miss Turner? I want to move Miss Turner on the green step, and I want to have her go down to the yellow step. What do I need to do? That's right. I need to divide. I'm doing the opposite. For today, you guys, I want us to focus on multiplication though, because we're going to be walking up those steps as we're working through some of these problems, converting different measurements. So let's look at our screen. The first problem says 1 kilometer equals blank meters. I'm going to go back to my conversion steps and I'm going to find kilometer. Now, I don't see the word kilometer written out, but I do see kilo. So I'm going to look at kilo, which is my yellow step. And as a reminder, we're converting kilos to meters. Well, here's kilos. Here's meters. How many steps do I have to walk up in order to get to my meter step? Absolutely, I have to walk up 3 steps. Look, you guys, 1, 2, 3. And it would get me to meters. Remember, every time I walk up a step, I'm multiplying by 10. So what would I be multiplying by in order to get to meters if I'm walking up 3 steps? Here's a hint, you guys. 10 times 10 times 10. Awesome thinking. Yeah, I'm going to be multiplying by 1,000 in order to get from kilo to meters. So, if I look back at my problem, you guys, I know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. I know this because 1 times 1,000 equals 1,000. Let's try the next one. 4 kilometers equals blank meters. Well, if I look back at my conversion chart, I know that I'm at kilo right now and I want to get all the way to meters. So I'm still jumping up 3 steps. So let's fill this in together. 4 kilometers equals what? Equals blank meters. If 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters, what does 4 kilometers equal? Good job. Yeah, 4,000 meters. I know this because 4 times 1,000 equals 4,000. Let's try this last one. Blank kilometers equals 18,000 meters. Woo! You guys, this is a tricky one because now it's in the opposite form and we have to determine how many kilometers are in 18,000 meters. But let's think for a second. What do I know? Let's think for a second. What do I know? I know that 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. So I know that I'm going to be multiplying in order to figure out how many kilometers are in 18,000 meters. I know that I'm multiplying a number by 1,000. Let's think for a second. Blank times 1,000 equals 18,000. Is there a number that when we multiply it by 1,000, I get 18,000? Do you think you know a number? That when you multiply it by 1,000, you get 18,000. You read my mind. Yeah, 18. So that means that 18 kilometers equals 18,000 meters. Let's try these problems. This time we're going to go from meters to centimeters. So think about that for a second. So if we're talking about meters to centimeters, let's think about that couch in comparison to that pencil. So we're trying to change the size of that couch to the size of a pencil. 1 meter equals blank centimeters. So if I look at my conversion chart, you guys, Miss Turner's standing on that orange step because that orange step represents the meters. And she's trying to get all the way to the centimeters. which is that green step. How many steps does Miss Turner have to walk up in order to get to centimeters? Yeah, 2 steps. 1, 2. Each time I'm multiplying by 10. So what do I need to multiply to get from meters to centimeters? Here's a hint, you guys. 10 times 10. Yeah, good job. 100. So in order for me to get from meters to centimeters, I'm multiplying by 100. So let's look back at my problem. So that means that 1 meter equals blank centimeters. Yeah, it equals 100 centimeters. Because in order for me to get from meters to centimeters, I'm multiplying by 100. So now that I have a base, you guys, I'm able to answer the next question. If 1 meter equals 100 centimeters, then 80 meters equals, Let's think about that for a second. I know that 1 meter equals 100 centimeters because 1 times 100 equals 100. So how would I figure out how many centimeters are in 80 meters? I agree, I'm going to multiply, but what am I multiplying? You read my mind. Yeah, I'm going to multiply 80 times 100 because that's going to tell me how many centimeters are in 80 meters. When I multiply 80 times 100, what's my product? Absolutely, yeah, 8,000. And I'm actually going to rewrite that, you guys, so that you're able to see. That might be a little bit better for you guys. All right, you guys. So now let's try this last one. Same as before, we have a blank first. Blank meters equals 12,000 centimeters. Woo! All right, guys. Again, let's think about what we know. What do we know? What do we know? Here's a sentence starter for you. I know that there are blank centimeters in 1 meter. Can you fill in that blank for me? There are blank centimeters in 1 meter. Good job. Yeah, there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So now let's think about this for a second. There's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So what would I be multiplying by 100 in order to get to 12,000? What number could I multiply 100 by? Let's think. If you think you know the answer, go ahead and put that answer in the chat. Blank times 100 equals 12,000. Could my answer be 12? No, that will give me 1,200, which is too small. So what will my answer have to be? Yeah, I agree. My answer would have to be 120. I know this because 120 times 100 equals 12,000. Awesome job, you guys. On this last part, you guys, I actually want us to work through these problems together. So, we're still converting measurements. I have 2 kilometers, 312 meters equals blank meters. So here, you guys, we're actually having to combine different units of measurement. And then we're going to convert at the very end. So let's think about this for a second. I have 2 kilometers. So let's think. Remember, kilometers is if we're measuring larger distances from the school to Miss Turner's house, from the school to the store. And I have 312 meters as well. And I want to convert both of these to meters. Let's start with our kilometers first. Let's start with our kilometers first. 2 kilometers. Can I convert kilometers to meters? Yeah, I agree. Let's look back at our chart. If I'm converting kilometers to meters, you guys, then that means that I'm about right here on this step. And I want to get to where Miss Turner's standing. So how many steps would I have to walk up? Yeah, 3 steps, and I'm multiplying by 10 each time. So we know that I'm multiplying by what to get from kilometers to meters? Yeah, I'm multiplying by 1,000. So I know that because 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters, 2 kilometers equals, good job, yeah, 2,000 meters. So now instead of saying 2 kilometers, I can just say, you guys, 2,000 meters and 312 meters. You guys, the reason why I had to convert these is because it's like mixing apples and oranges. I can't add apples and oranges because they're not the same fruit. So the same applies when we're converting measurements. I cannot add 2 different measurements because they're not the same. I have to make them the same. So now I have 2,000 meters plus 312 meters. What's my sum? 2,000 plus 312. Absolutely, 2,312. So I'm going to put that answer on the top. How about this one? I actually want you guys to pause your computer, pause the video, and I want you to try this one on your own. Looking at your conversion chart, I want you to convert 14 meters to centimeters. And then I want you to add the same way we did together. All right, you guys, welcome back. So you guys should have converted 14 meters to centimeters. So let's think about this for a second. 14 meters equals blank centimeters. I know that good learners always go back and they look for where they are on their conversion chart and where they need to be or get to. So I'm here and I need to get to the green step. 1, 2. So I'm hopping up 2 steps, which means I'm multiplying by, I'm multiplying by 100. So that means that in order for me to get from meters to centimeters, I'm multiplying by 100. So 14 times 100 equals what? What did you say? Me too. 1,400. So now instead of saying 14 meters, I can just say 1,400 centimeters and then add 8 more. So what did you get as your sum when you added 1,400 plus 8? No way, me too. 1,408. Good thinking, you guys. Until next time, bye, guys.